Hey everybody, Chef Ben in my home kitchen. Welcome back to week 2 of the Burch box. I hope you enjoyed the first week. We have a ton of fun putting these together, and I kind of like doing these videos at home. It's fun getting you guys a chance to sneak peek behind my kitchen, and this is just how I like to cook. So if you got the seafood or the combo package, you're going to be getting these really beautiful 5-ounce lobster tails. We have these in the restaurant, and we do all sorts of stuff, surf and turf, grilled, poached. We make a beautiful lobster roll, and that's actually what we're gonna be showing you how to do today. I really love the lobster rolls because they're simple, they come together really easily, it's a nice quick weekday meal, and it really highlights the lobster. So the ingredients we're gonna need for this is a Maine style as opposed to like a Connecticut where they would use like a clarified butter instead of mayonnaise base. We're gonna make a lobster salad. Dijonnaise, a little mayonnaise, a little Dijon, celery, diced celery, a bunch of fresh herbs, parsley, tarragon, chervil, chives, anything just fresh. You don't have to worry too much. At the very least, just an abundance of parsley will really freshen this dish up. And then a good squeeze of fresh lemon. I would always get a fresh one as opposed to store-bought juice. The difference is night and day. I really think it's worth getting fresh. And then I like a little bit of raw shallot. If you don't like raw alliums or onion flavor in your dish, omit it, no big deal. Lastly, we have a split top brioche bun. You could use a split top hot dog bun, a Hawaiian roll, anything you want really. And split top is really for presentation, so don't worry if you can't find the split top. So we're gonna get started. There's a lot of different ways we can cook lobster. We like to grill them at the restaurant, do surf and turf, butter poach, but probably one of the simplest ways at home is to do some poaching water, heavily salted, kind of like the ocean, and we're gonna drop this guy into not quite simmering water for 5 minutes or so, just till it's just cooked, and then we're gonna quickly shock it, and that process just is plunging it into an ice bath. It's just gonna stop the cooking process so that it doesn't overcook. So we're gonna get started. Thanks, guys. Here we go. So I have the lobster here. This water's been heavily salted and it's just below simmer. I also have my ice bath here ready to go so that we're not rushing around trying to get that ready while the lobster continues to cook. And then I got a cast iron that's been kind of over medium-low heat for about 10 minutes, getting nice and preheated. So I'm gonna plunge this lobster tail just right in the water and just kind of let it do its thing. We don't have to worry about it too much. It's nice and gentle. And in the meantime, I'm gonna just kind of gently toast our brioche. In the restaurant, we use clarified butter, which is just a simple process of taking the milk solids out. It helps it so that the milk solids don't burn. But at home, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's like making a grilled cheese. Put a little butter down. Put your brioche in. Make sure it's not too hot because we want to get a nice even golden brown on all sides without it getting too dark and still letting that bread get nice and soft. So you can already see how that lobster's changed color. It happens pretty quick. We're gonna let it go a couple more minutes. I'm gonna get this toasted up and then we'll bring it all together. This lobster has been in for just about 5 minutes and I'm pretty sure it's done. So I'm pulling it right out and this is the shocking process, just right into that ice water. When we're doing large batches of green vegetable blanching or even seafoods, we'll season this water as well because, again, osmosis, you're gonna get a bunch of salt into it from the poaching liquid. And if you let it sit in this water, that if it's unseasoned, that water's gonna soak that or pull that salt right back out. So probably not important here. We're only gonna be in here for a minute or two, but something to consider. So yeah, I'll show you how to break this down, and then we'll go ahead and put this whole dish together. So we have our poached lobster tail here, and I think this is kind of the part that some people can be intimidated by when it's in its shell, but it's really pretty easy. Just take some kitchen shears, and I'm just gonna start kind of at where I see the exposed meat, and I'm just gonna split it right down the center, all the way down. And then with my hand, I'm just gonna crack it. once it's opened up, you can just kind of peel the shell off. And since we're making lobster salad, it doesn't really matter. Mine got torn up a little bit. No big deal. You don't have to worry about it. So this meat, just make sure it's free of any shell fragments. We're just gonna do kind of a rough dice on. I want it to be pretty chunky. I don't want it to be kind of flaking and falling apart completely. I want to know that we're eating lobster. All right, and then the last thing that we have to do before I can put this lobster salad together is I'm just gonna show you how I mince this shallot. Again, I think that onions and shallots, people have various understandings of the best way to do it. Probably the easiest way. Here's the root. Opposite of the root, I just like to trim that off. And then I'm gonna have this right through the root. Peel this outer layer off so we don't have any skin there. And then holding your palm flat on top, I do a couple horizontal incisions, kind of 3/4 of the way through, so that the root kind of still holds it together. And then I'm gonna do some vertical slices too. And then when you go back through it, you should have a pretty nice mince. Now, if yours doesn't look like this, no big deal. You just gotta run your knife back through it. Ultimately knowing that the more you bruise this, the more kind of the oils get pulled out, and that's kind of what makes that onion burn. So the cleaner we can cut this, the better. But again, don't worry if it's not like mine. So I'm gonna I got my lobster here. Just a little bit of mayonnaise. I don't want to use too much because I want the lobster to shine through. I don't want it to just be this really heavy mayonnaise-laden dish. Just a tiny bit of Dijon. A little bit of celery. A good squeeze of my lemon. This is really important. This acidity and this brightness, this is kind of what really freshens it up and just makes this lobster sing. A little bit of my shallot. And then lastly, a whole lot of herbs. Like, I don't know. I can almost never use too many fresh herbs. That's our base lobster salad. I'm gonna add just a tiny pinch of salt. And then all we have to do is gently stuff this into our split top bun. I really like to let it pile up over the top so that you can see it coming out. If a little bit falls out, no big deal. There you have it, guys. Lobster roll. Give it a chance. Give it a try. Comment. Let us know how you like it. Let us know how you like the Burch boxes so far. And we're always looking to improve. If there's anything we can do to increase your enjoyment of this experience, please let us know. Other than that, thank you so much for supporting St. Burch, and we'll look forward to keep providing you an awesome service. Thank you so much. Take care.